What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a top 10 list of my favorite Funko Pop announcements for the month of December 2024. And in case you're wondering why I'm not as energetic as I usually am, and that is because I'm a little under the weather. Of course, I suffer the typical getting sick around the Christmas holidays right at the end of the year during the final video of 2024. So coming in at number 10 on this list is Gengar from Pokemon. Now, although it is absolutely amazing that Gengar is now officially a Funko Pop, unfortunately, the execution of the Gengar Pop was very underwhelming. And I think in a lot of people's opinions, just like the sickness I am going through right now and what it's making me feel is an absolute big pile of shit. I think for this pop, if they would have extended the arms out a little bit, maybe switched the eye color from the traditional black eyes to the red eyes, this could have easily been in the top 5 portion of this top 10 list. Coming in at number 9 on this list is the 6-inch Super Saiyan Broly. I think that the detail of this pop is absolutely amazing with how they pulled off the hair, the posing, and just everything else that's going on with it. At least with the detail of this pop, it is way better than the detail that's involved with the Gengar pop. Even though I don't know really anything about the Dragon Ball series, I could appreciate this pop more than I could appreciate the Gengar that was given to us. Coming in at number 8 on my list is Ivan Drago for the new wave of Rocky Pops. Now, it is really awesome to see the first Ivan Drago pop in like 10 years, I believe it feels like, when we had that original wave of Rocky Pops. And of course, it is a significant upgrade compared to that OG pop, where you do have a bit more of a posing. You can actually see a little bit more detailed with the blonde hair that Ivan Drago has. It is really awesome, especially for the ones that really wanted that OG pop, but because of how expensive that pop now is on the secondary market, now you have a more detailed version and way easier as terms to accessibility for the pricing. Coming in at number 7 on my list is Astrobot for the games lineup. Now, I really enjoy the detail of this pop and how it basically looks like the actual character of the video game. And I also like the concept behind this, of the fact that there's a chance this pop wouldn't have been made because it was between the 2 different games of Astrobot, and I can't remember exactly the other one, but whoever would have won the game of the year between those 2 games would get their own Funko Pop, which is exactly why Astrobot has a pop in the first place. And I guess maybe it was better off that Astrobot did win and got their own Funko Pop, because I'm not sure if the other character of the other video game would have translated as well into a Funko Pop as Astrobot has as terms to this pop we're looking at right now. Coming in at number 6 on my list is the Treasure Hunter Knuckles from Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I've mentioned a bunch of times on this channel that I enjoy the character of Knuckles. He's my favorite throughout the Sonic series. And of course, the detailing involved with that cowboy hat. He's got the gloves with the spikes as terms to his fist, and then he's also got the lasso attached to the one side of his leg. Now, although the one and only pop I plan to have is that TargetCon exclusive Flock Knuckles that I do have in my collection already, I do appreciate how different this Knuckles is compared to some of the other ones we've gotten in the past, especially what is considered to be that Nightmare Fuel OG version, and then the one that was in the 2-pack with Rouge. Plus, I got a bit more of a personal reaction considering, and I don't really want to spoil this, but maybe it is not really a spoiler, but you may see this version of Knuckles in the new Sonic movie. Coming in at number 5 on my list is the Target exclusive chase variant of Bullseye, where he's wearing the Mikey mask. Now, I love these TMNT Bullseye pops. They are actually probably some of the best ad icon pops throughout the year of 2024. I love the execution of the pop of Bullseye being in that Target basket, the pizza hanging off of the side, the facial reaction with the eyes, and especially the little skateboard and the turtle that is on top of his head. This is really unique, and I feel like these are definitely better pops than what we've seen in the past with, let's say, the Jeffrey as TMNT pops or even the Jeffrey as Harry Potter pops. There hasn't really been that many good mashup ad icon pops, but this may be the best one, at least in my opinion. Coming in at number 4 on my list is the Target exclusive Flocked Supersonic with Chaos Emeralds. This pop is absolutely gorgeous, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I actually didn't even feature this on the top 5 list at all on the very left last Funko Pop news video I did on the channel this month. But as I look at it more with how they pulled off the Chaos Emeralds and how it's a flocked specification pop and how it actually for once does feel a little bit like what a Funko Pop Plus is supposed to be, that I think this pop deserves some recognition. And I think, in my opinion, this may be the best version of Supersonic that we have ever had. So I feel like if you do not have a Supersonic pop in your collection, that you might as well wait until this one releases, because I think they did such a banger job on this pop. Coming in at number 3 on my list, it is the 6-inch Big from Sonic the Hedgehog. I love the fact that we're getting new characters for Sonic the Hedgehog, especially a character like Big. The detailing of this pop is absolutely awesome, with the fact that he's got the fishing rod, the way they executed the Funko Pop eyes, and then you even have the frog that is on top of his head. And of course, it definitely makes sense that for a character that is named Big, that he should be the supersized or 6-inch pop, because he's a much bigger character than all the rest in the Sonic the Hedgehog series. Coming in at number 2 on my list is the Funko Pop Plus, or as I call it, the John Pop of Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, of course, I don't like the idea of this pop being what I like to call a John Pop. If you know, you know. I know for a fact, because I have almost the entire set of Yu-Gi-Oh! Pops, that I am at some point going to be buying this pop, whether it is maybe at full retail price or until the next Boxing Day or Black Friday sale, where all the pops at my local GameStop will be 25 to 30% off. But I do appreciate the fact that Funko did go back and make another Dark Magician for those that couldn't obtain the original Hot Topic exclusive from back in the day, that I feel like has risen up in price, even though a lot of Hot Topic exclusives do restock. And I do like the attention to detail with the magic that is coming out of the staff for Dark Magician for this pop, which I guess makes it a Pop Plus, but it doesn't make it number 1 because, of course, it is a dual monster, even though Dark Magician is my favorite dual monster, that has already been made in the Funko Pop lineup previously, and it would have been better to see a new character in this case, or a new dual monster. And like usual, before I show off my number 1 pick, I gotta show off 3 honorable mentions for this list. And the first honorable mention in this list has to be the set of the real Ghostbusters pops. Now, I believe that the Peter Venkman with Slimer pop did make it into the top 5 portion of the first week of the Funko Pop news for December's video. But it was one of those cases again of where I think all 4 of these pops are absolute bangers, to where which one was I going to choose throughout this list, because I felt like I was going to choose multiple. The second honorable mention on my list is the redeemables for the Festival of Fun Series 1 NFTs. Now, I did really enjoy the set, even though it surprisingly didn't sell out, making it the first Freddy Funko related NFT set to not sell out. I do like the redeemables that are involved to an extent. Like, I do really enjoy, of course, the Freddy Funko as Snowman, but I feel like the shading of the color just doesn't seem like it's a snowman, and I do like the Proto as Nutcracker, but I don't like the idea that is a 10-inch pop. So it was really difficult to either choose one of them or really any of them to add to the top 10 list, because at least I would probably likely get a Gengar pop over any of these pops. And the final honorable mention on this list is the GameStop exclusive Elemental Hero Sparkman from Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, of course, we do have a brand new dual monster as terms to this specific Elemental Hero. We have gotten a few Elemental Heroes within the last year or so, but it also makes me question that even though there is some sparks coming out of it, why isn't this considered a Funko Pop Plus, but the Dark Magician is, because there's just as much added to it with this pop as there is with the Dark Magician. That's kind of logic that I don't understand. Plus the fact that this is a dual monster from likely the GX series, a Yu-Gi-Oh! That I haven't seen yet because I've only seen the OG series, but I do plan on seeing it hopefully soon. And the number 1 pop of this month has to be the Specialty Series exclusive glow-in-the-dark chase of the Martian Soldier from Mars Attack. Now, I feel like this isn't entirely a big surprise, considering that I even mentioned the week that this was released, and I put this as the number 1 pop of that week, that this likely was going to be the number 1 pop of December, just because of the amount of detail that is involved with this pop and how different it is from the regular version of that Specialty Series exclusive to make it a chase, with the exploding brain, how it's glow in the dark, the one eye falling out, and especially the tongue hanging out. They did such a great job with this. it feels so good to see chases that actually are worth hunting for instead of just, let's say, a regular glow-in-the-dark specification, but that same molding, a metallic specification, something that's worth chasing for that chase is an example of this pop and how I already consider this pop likely to be one of the best of 2025 when it releases. Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below on what your favorite pops were that got announced in December of 2024, and hope to see you guys on another video here on the channel. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.